Our two leaders today are Jason Robillard and Barefoot Ted.
The most incredible capacity we have as humans is the capacity to move over this earth elegantly, gracefully, and successfully. And to have come to the conclusion in a generation of people that we needed all kinds of fancy equipment in order to do something that's our birthright certainly is indicative of a sign of a times out of balance. The good news about being out of balance is it's really easy to regain balance.
Traditional shoes, you land on the ground with your heel, you pull it towards you forcibly, and you have the support of the shoe to do that, and the friction of the shoe. And then at the end, you are sprung off the ground by the arch support and by the toe part of the shoe. And that makes you propel forward. But that makes you take a longer stride. And that actually can give rise to a lot of injuries in the hamstrings and the calves and elsewhere. And it makes you take a stride that's uncomfortably long. Barefoot running style in which you land on the ball of your foot instead of on your heel.
A lot of what I teach is listen to your body. You know, you're your own best coach. The trick is simply being able to figure out what signals your feet are sending you, and the rest of your body is sending. And the best way to do that is to just actually do it.
Grounding is so important. It's important for everyone in our culture. But runners are closer to that feeling because they really are spending a whole bunch of time in conjunction with the ground. In a shoe, you're deliberately kind of kept away from the ground by padding that keeps you from feeling impact, and by kind of spring devices that help you to shoot off the ground without using your own feet. So some runners who really want to feel the earth under their feet because it's your best ally. The ground is really your ally when you run. And so these artificial devices help you in one way because they give you more spring and propulsion. But they hurt you in another very profound way in that because you can't feel the ground, it's much harder to organize your body and to feel yourself.
Basically, the real advantage of barefoot running is it's a method to teach you good running form. I personally think it's the best method. Others would disagree, but I certainly think it's the most fun.
So the science of being able to say that barefoot running is good is there. It's going to be more of it. It's almost like saying breathing's good, or eating food is good, or things like that.
Well, the main reason not to wear shoes is that you build your arch muscles. The muscles in your foot are where the muscle tissue itself is in your foot are never used when you wear shoes, traditional shoes. And as you may know, when you walk barefoot on the sand, that person you met on Match.com, when you're walking in sand on the beach, you really feel the foot, and that's because the muscles are starting to work. The arch muscles are starting to strengthen. With strong arches, you get a huge lift up the inner leg, and you get a huge amount of core strength. Core strength is really our ability to hold up our upper body off our legs. It's not washboard abs. So core strength is a huge benefit of walking barefoot. You also learn to balance better. Losing balance is a huge issue now as the culture ages. And if you want to lose your balance, you better learn to get some muscles in your feet. Feet cause issues everywhere else, or cause goodness everywhere else if they're working properly or poorly. And I think that what I've discovered from wearing barefoot shoes is that they give me more mobility with strength in different areas of my body, so I don't feel kind of so held into specific positions, say in my hip joints and in the lower back, which probably are the two most important areas. And then that kind of segues up into my neck, so I think I have a greater feeling of freedom with them. But in terms of injury, we don't know what's going to happen because people haven't been wearing these shoes long enough to see the long-term effects.
Barefoot running to me has become kind of an epiphany that's more than just an awakening of becoming reacquainted with and fascinated by the body that we all have. It's also turning out to be sort of a philosophy of life, I guess, in a sense that what other ways should we examine our lives and find our own way, but being more or less willing to accept the idea that maybe we're pretty good as we are without accoutrements. At least that's what I think. I mean, clothing's okay.